What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream today. We'll be looking ahead to Good Evening versus Trust the Process. It is Arsenal against Villarreal and Unai Emery against Mikel Arteta. Big game, lots to talk about, lots going off. Stan Kroenke said he isn't selling. There's also an interview with Daniel Ek that should be going live on Sky in around 15 minutes. So as quotes break from that, we'll look at that and we'll talk about what's going off, and we'll look ahead to the big game tomorrow. We'll pick the team and we'll talk about the team news. Big up everyone in the chat. Thank you very much for tuning in as always. Really appreciate it. Positive vibes, everyone. You know, Europa League, big game for these players. Ebby said massive boost with the players coming back. We'll get into that yet, but it is very good. Big up everyone in the comments. I really appreciate you taking your time out your day. Big C, Arteta is a puppet. I'm not going to argue with you there, but listen, he needs to produce. That puppet needs to win us the Europa League, you know. So, yeah, we're playing Rant's team on Sunday. Rants and Expressions. We played them about 2 months ago in the Cup. We beat them 4-2. We've got them in the league on Sunday. So, yeah, I'll let you know about that. KSC, you prick, for real. Did you see Arteta praise the Kroenke? He said that they were totally committed. Listen, it's his boss, isn't it? He's always going to do it. Let's talk about the stuff, what's going on. Let's start about what happened yesterday. Stan Kroenke came out with this statement and he said, oh, great to see the Three Kings. They have to stay on there, man. I can't take them off. Stan Kroenke said that he won't be selling. He won't be selling the football club. Now, what I would say is this, people. He was never going to come out and say, yeah, I'm ready to sell the football club. He was always going to say this. He was always going to say this. No one should be surprised. As I said, when you've got an asset, what you don't do is tell people that you want to get rid of it. When you want to get rid of something, people offer you less money. He's always going to say, I don't want to sell this football club. He wants Daniel Ek to offer him more than he wants, you know? So don't get too down about this. This is what Stan and Josh had to say. It's interesting that when they were talking about the Super League, they never attached their name to it, you know? They just put the board. Now they're putting both their name on it. In the recent days, we have noted media speculation regarding a potential takeover bid for Arsenal. We remain 100% committed to Arsenal, and I like how they highlighted this bit as well, and are not selling any stake in the club. We have not received any offer, and we will not entertain any offer. Our ambition for Arsenal remains to compete to win the biggest trophies in the game, and our focus remains on improving our competitiveness on the pitch to achieve this. Stan Kroenke and Josh Kroenke, Kroenke Sports and Entertainment. I mean, we haven't found Arsenal very entertaining this season, that's for certain. Let's not forget, this is the owner that said, I didn't buy Arsenal to win trophies. Now he's saying in this statement, our ambition remains to compete to win the biggest trophies in the game. He's the biggest hypocrite. He's a liar. We know that. We've still got to get him out. We've still got to protest. We've still got a hashtag. We've still got to support Daniel Ek if he is the right guy to support. You know, let's make sure that Daniel Ek is not just hyping up his business, man. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't look at, a lot of people looked at this, they said, it's over. They're not selling it. Have you seen the statement? I said, what's this guy going to come out and say? He's not going to come out and say, yeah, I'm happy to sell Arsenal. Now make me a lower offer. He's going to sit there. He's the one with the asset. Do you know what I'm saying? They're going to have to offer him money. Big money as well. So listen, people, don't get too caught up in this. And I hear you. Yeah, listen, this is why I wanted to get this story out of the way first, because I want to talk about tomorrow night, you know, and a massive game. And Scenes FC are back in full effect tomorrow, people. And let's hope it's Scenes for the right reasons. So that's what Stan and Josh Kroenke had to say. A load of old waffle, really. But the pressure has to continue. It's down to the fans, down to people to buy the club. Let's get these clowns out of here, man. Right, that's the end of them. We ain't even talking about Kroenke no more. Forget it. This guy, we'll talk about him after the game. Let's focus on the game. We've got a massive game coming up. Biggest game of Arsenal's season, right? And we need to get a good result. Now, there was a press conference this morning. Mikel Arteta spoke. And, he's another one. Boris Johnson of football, I call him. Says all the right things and doesn't really do them. Mikel Arteta was, speaking positively about the Kroenkes. And as you would expect, they're his bosses. What's he going to do? Come out and start dissing them? I'm not surprised. What was great was this. He said in the press conference, let me zoom in on this. He was asked about the team news, and he said they are all in contention, all of them. Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Kieran Tierney. They are all in contention for the game. Yes, it is good news. And I couldn't believe that. I really couldn't believe that. Especially with Tierney. They were talking about Tierney could possibly be out of the Euros. Never mind back for Arsenal. And all of a sudden he's back. Mikel Arteta went on to say that Kieran Tierney, that the club were fearful that he needed an operation, but he hasn't actually had to have an operation, and he's recovered. And the club even released pictures earlier on today of Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Kieran Tierney all in training this morning. All three of them. Of course, we got the news that, David Luiz and Martin Odegaard are fit and available as well. So we're going to Spain with a pretty full squad. I'm pretty sure none of our major players are out. Everyone's back. In the interview, he said Tierney worked like a beast to recover. Apparently, he's been smashing out the recovery work. He did say he wasn't sure whether Kieran Tierney would start the game or not. I'm sure with Lacazette and Aubameyang, whichever one of them is better physical condition will play. But when you're sitting there thinking we could possibly be playing Eddie and Nketiah up front, it's fantastic news to have those two back, whichever one of the two strikers play. I probably think Aubameyang is more likely to play because he trained at the weekend. And I've only just seen pictures of Lacazette returning, plus with a hamstring injury. It's very difficult to risk it. If you come back too early, you pull that again, you'll be out for weeks and maybe months. So it's very risky, very risky. But that was fantastic news that we got those back. He went on to speak a little bit about the Kroenkes. He said on the statement, yes, we spoke to them. I think it was very clear. They've shown their commitment and their ambition to the football club. We all want a successful team on the pitch. I mean, I'm not even going to read too much of it because he's saying the typical stuff. The stuff that was interesting, he was asked whether he'd spoken to Unai Emery. And he said, I spoke to him a few times because we had people in common. Then I spoke to him before I took over at the club, and he was really helpful. Very experienced, successful manager in the Europa League, in particular what he has done. There is no doubt he has the tools and knowledge to manage at the top level. Unai Emery, can you imagine Unai Emery and Mikel Arteta having a conversation about Arsenal? Good evening and trust the process FC. He said on the possibility of seeing more regular protests, he said, this is nothing I can control. They have the freedom and possibility to express themselves. If you ask me as manager, what I want towards the team, obviously, is the stability around all sectors. One thing that I was a little bit more positive with him saying was he was asked whether Stan Kroenke should communicate more with the fans. And he said, I don't know if that will be the case. If we feel that it is all necessary and it would be helpful, I'm sure they would do anything it takes to bring the fans closer. It will benefit the fans and bring a lot of clarity. I mean, it would, it's not if, that actually needs to happen. It's not ifs or buts around it. But listen, I think it's going to take a long time to get these owners out of the football club. A lot of work to get them out. Why did we sack Emery so early? I've always said I believe the reason that Emery was sacked quicker than Arteta is because he lost the dressing room. The dressing room were taking the mick out of him. Despite how bad Mikel Arteta has been. And I do think he has lost some of the dressing room. I don't think he's lost the majority of them. And also, they sacked Emery, they paid him off. They're going to be less likely to wanting to sack the next one because they're still paying off Unai Emery, so they're not going to want to sack Arteta and have to pay him off, even though they probably should. But hey, but let's see. Fans in the stands didn't help exactly. Can you imagine Arteta with 60,000 fans? I'm sure he would have been out the door by now. Arteta is a joke, fam. Big up all the mods. Yes. Big up everyone. Handling biz for me. Much appreciated. Kroenke getting us Mbappe or Haaland will make me trust him. Yeah, I don't think you'll ever trust him then because I can't see that. Yeah, I don't. Yo, you know what it is? It's the green screen, man. It's this shoulder, innit? I don't know what's going on, man. Look, the shoulder's going see-through. The light's letting me down, man. You know what I mean? 8-2 settings, this one. I used to love this shirt until we went to Old Trafford and ruined it, Benayoun, Mertesacker and Andre Santos and them, man. Although I do remember Van Persie scoring a nice volley in this at Anfield. So we did have a few good memories in it. Clive said, don't worry, Curtis. When the new owner takes over, Arteta and Edu gone. I wouldn't be so sure. I think the club are backing Edu, man. I don't think Edu's done much wrong so far, if I'm being honest. January was his first full window in charge of transfers. He got rid of Ozil, Mustafi, Socrates, Kolasinac in one window. He brought in Matt Ryan and Odegaard with no money to spend. So I'm not totally against Edu yet. I think Edu deserves a little bit of time to prove himself. But Mikel Arteta, if Mikel Arteta doesn't win the Europa League, I want him gone. And I will be heavily stating that as well. I would never wear that shirt. Maybe not publicly, but I can wear it in the yard just to chill. Listen, we're going to look ahead. Now we know the team news. I want to look at a potential team lineup. And I want you guys to help me pick this team, as we always do. Let's pick the team. Let's pick the formation. We're going to have to kind of second guess with... We know who's available, but how available are they in the sense that are these guys fit enough to play 90 minutes? Is Aubameyang fit enough to play 90? This, that, the other. Do we risk these players, or do we have to say maybe with a Tierney, we save him to next week? I mean, I don't know. One thing that I think is certain, Pablo Mari did the press conference, and I think he will start at centre-back next to Rob Holding. I don't think Gabriel's going to play. Usually the player that does the press conference starts the game. I know one time Ainsley did it and didn't play, but I think everyone else has played. So I think we're going to see Pablo Mari and Rob Holding at the back. My first question to all of you guys, what happens with the goalkeeper? And we need to think about this logically, because when someone makes a mistake, it's easy to just say, drop him, right? Drop him. But as Matt Ryan got the confidence, if he comes in and makes a mistake, then wow, is his confidence shot? But then Leno keeps letting us down, man. What would you guys do? I want to see what you guys are saying. Matt Ryan, Leno, Ryan, Matty, Leno. It's quite split, Leno and Matt. Leno has been doing it for so long. It's got to be Leno. You can't risk it. I personally, I'm going to stick with Leno. I'm going to play it safe because I'm still not sure that Matt Ryan is even better than him. He does deserve an opportunity, but I don't think this is the game to do it. If he'd had 3 or 4 games before, then I'd be like, look, he's playing, he's in decent form playing, but because he's coming in and out of the team, I think it's too much to just chuck him in. So personally, I would go with Leno. Even though he made a shocking mistake. And usually, you know me, I'm all for just chucking people out. But I just don't think it's going to happen. And I wouldn't... I don't know with Leno. He's hard to trust, isn't he? He is hard to trust. He's making mistakes. But I just think Matt Ryan hasn't played enough. Can he just come in and deal with it? I'm going to go Leno in goal. Now... Kieran Tierney, how fit is he? I'm not sure. Like you said, Ebby, we haven't seen much of Matt Ryan, and that's the issue. Ryan can get the remaining league games. Yeah, for me, Callum Chambers has done well enough to come back. Big up Randy Viper with the super chat. Leno is crap since Leverkusen days, overhyped. Arsenal fans were raving about him at one stage, but what do we do with the defence? I ain't playing Tierney at all. I mean, he's training today. He's been out for, what, 3 or 4 weeks? What do we do at left-back, people? Do you play Cedric? I tell you one thing, I'm not playing Granit Xhaka. For anyone who's seen Chukwueze play for them, it cannot be Xhaka at left-back. I'm not sure Kieran Tierney is fit enough to play a game after weeks out of the team with hardly any training, you know? I'm just not sure. Do you go with Cedric? Do you go with Saka? I kind of feel like I would play Saka, but does it take too much out of the attack? Cedric at left back. I would play Saka at left back. Saka. I wouldn't play Tierney. I don't think he's fit. Like you said, the problem is if we play Cedric left back, that means we have to play Callum Chambers or Hector Bellerin at right back. And those two are not players that I like either. Do you know what? I'm gonna go with Cedric at left back. I'm gonna go with Cedric. I'm not gonna pull Saka out of the team in the attack. He's been so good for us in the attack. And I'm going to go Callum Chambers at right back. Because their left winger, I don't think is that quick. God. I'm just thinking, no, it can't be Hector. It can't be Hector. I don't like Callum Chambers either. I actually don't like him, but at least he can cross the ball decent. Saka hasn't played left back for a while either. And yeah, going forward, he's definitely good, Saka, but defensively against Chukwueze, man, I mean, if he gets forward too much, Arsenal are very suspect. And then centre-back. What would you guys do at centre-back? I mean, listen, I'm almost certain he's going to play Pablo Mari and Rob Holding. I would bet money on it. That he will play Pablo Mari and Rob Holding. He's never played Pablo Mari next to Gabriel, so there's no way he's going to do it in this game. Not a chance. I just don't. Pablo Mari and Rob Holding is such a slow midfield. See, David Luiz is a shout, but he's come back from an operation. Again, how fit is he? Because I would play David Luiz and Pablo Mari. I think those two are a pretty solid partnership. I'm going to put down Luiz because he has been training since the weekend. He's only been out for a couple of weeks. Obviously, I'm not sure how fit he is. So I'm going to go with these two. I don't think Pablo Mari's even got a picture on here. They got no respect for this guy whatsoever. I'm going to go Pablo Mari and David Luiz. But as I said, this ain't certain because I don't know if he's fit or not. If he's fit, I would play him. Let's see, Luiz and Gabriel. Yeah, do you know what? Those two are actually a good partnership. See, that's a good point. I don't think Luiz will play either. Let me change it. I do like Gabriel more than Pablo Mari, I've got to admit. But he's not going to play it. I'm just writing what I would play. I would go with that. The midfield's got to be Xhaka and Partey. There's no other option. We ain't going to start playing the Chuckle Brothers. It has to be that. I think you've got to play Smith Rowe in the 10. I don't think Odegaard has been, he hasn't played enough either. Then it comes to your wingers out wide. Yeah, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I would. A lot of you are saying Saka at left back, and I've said it a number of times, but I just don't think he will take him out of the attack because he's been so potent. And I just don't think Kieran Tierney is going to be fit enough. I think he's been out for 3 or 4 weeks, and he's only just returned to training, and you're going to put him against their quickest player. Who would you guys play out wide? I mean, it's got to be Saka and... I'll go Saka and Pepe. I'm going Pepe. Pepe seems to have a decent partnership with Cedric. This is where I think this could work. Martinelli will save him. And up front for me, assuming... I mean, look at the disrespect. Aubameyang ain't even got a picture. You know what I mean? Because then that gives you Lacazette, that gives you Martinelli, that gives you decent options to bring on, you know? Lacazette in form, but the only thing is, I just get the impression that Lacazette is not as fit as Aubameyang because Lacazette's only just been pictured in training today, where Aubameyang was back at the weekend, and Lacazette's had a hamstring injury. And I just think it will be risky. I think, see, someone saying Odegaard here. For me, Odegaard, he's been out for weeks now with this ankle problem. And I don't think he'll stop. I said no picture for Aubameyang because he's been missing all season. Listen, we won't know until tomorrow when the team gets named. I'm sure the team will be absolutely nothing like this team. I'm just letting you know. I've left out Kieran Tierney because I don't think he'll be fit enough to start. I've gone with Luiz and Gabriel because I do like those two as a back two. I was tempted to play Saka left back, but I just don't think he'll take him out of the attack. Xhaka and Partey, I think everyone would pick those two. Smith Rowe over Odegaard because Odegaard's been out for weeks. And Smith Rowe's been decent in the last few games. Saka on the right, which is where he's been at his best, really. Pepe on the left because I think him and Cedric have got a good partnership. And Aubameyang, although they haven't even given him a picture on it. I think Aubameyang will trouble their defence. I think what they lack in defence is pace. I saw a bit of their game at the weekend against Barcelona, and I think Aubameyang would trouble them. I really do. You reckon Gabby is better than Pablo? It's close. Pablo Mari's calmer and a bit more... his reading of the game seems a bit better. But I like Gabriel's physical presence and aggression, although sometimes he takes it too far. Personally, I think Arteta will play Pablo Mari and Rob Holding. I don't think any of these two centre-backs will play. I don't think Luiz will probably be quite fit enough. And I don't think Gabriel will start. Eddie, you must be mad, mate. Eddie better not start this game, man. You know, like I said, I'd rather have Eddie Murphy up front. At least he might tell a defender a joke and put him off. You know what I'm saying? Nah, no Eddie business, man. If Eddie starts, mate, you're going to see me going mental before the game already. Odegaard could be starting. I mean, listen, he's a quality player. I wouldn't mind if he did start, but I just don't think he'll be fully fit. And I think Smith Rowe will play. Kurt Zima, listen, man. On the stream last night, the Chelsea Real Madrid, people were asking what striker I play like. I was getting all kinds of slander from people in the chat, calling me a Jamaican shamak, all sorts of slander, man. In the end, we agreed on Benzema. I'll take that, man. I think that's pretty decent. And they're calling me Kurt Zima. I'll take that all day long. Big up everyone in the chat, man. Don't forget, people, watch along tonight. PSG against Man City, 7:45. Tomorrow we'll be live about 7 p.m. for the build-up. Arsenal against Villarreal. Big up, Big C. I can see... Oh, sorry. Apologies. All right, there we go. Big up, Big C. I can see a better side for this game, bro. You open to suggestions. Listen, chuck your teams in, people. Chuck your teams in. He's gone with Ryan. I see you got Xhaka at left back. I'm already worrying. Pablo Mari, Holding and Chambers. Partey, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Pepe, Saka, Laka. I mean, so who are you playing centre mid next to Partey? You're playing one deep lying and then Smith Rowe and Odegaard. That's such an attacking team, man. I think that would be risky. I couldn't see him going for that. Great goal from Kurt Zima. Hey, Benzema, great goal yesterday, man. Cedric at left back is a no-no. That's what's killing him. He's our best right back. That's the problem, innit? Play him right back. Who do you play left back? I just don't think you can play Granit Xhaka at left back against Chukwueze. Can you put Saka there, but are we losing too much? I suppose the other option, if we looked at it, we could change the fullbacks and go with... we could have gone with this instead. Took these two out. And maybe gone with this. You guys have preferred that. I mean, I think, listen, I like the look of that better. That offers much more balance. I just don't think that he will put Saka at left back because Saka has been so good in the attack this season. And to put him left back after all that time against such a dangerous winger. I mean, look, you say Pepe's not good on the right, but he's not bad when he's got Cedric playing behind him. He seems to be better. Shano prefers this team. Do you know what? That back four's got a lot more balance to it because you've got two, a left footer at left back, a right footer at right back. You've got two wingers. Obviously, it leaves you less options to come off the bench if the game is going wrong. That's the only problem, because now you've only got, who have you even got to bring on? Odegaard and Lacazette. But, Saka hasn't played left back for a long time. He'll pick a totally different team to this, totally different. So there we go. Let's have a look at one or two other things before we do get out of here. People saying, right, because this Daniel Ek is doing a press conference at the moment. I believe it started at 2:45. So quotes should be coming out at the moment. People saying check James Benger's tweet. Let's have a look. All right, yeah, he's starting to make comments, so I will get these comments up for you guys on a share screen. Right, let's go on James Benj, and we'll have a look. I'll get the comments up on the screen and let you know what Daniel Ek is saying. Right, there we go. I found it. Let's see what he says. James Benj. Right, here we go. So, James Benj, what's Daniel Ek said? Daniel Ek has said, I am first and foremost a fan. I want the club to do better. That's my primary interest. X says he wants to bring an offer to the owners and hopes they hear me out. I'm prepared that this could be a long journey. All I can do is prepare a very thoughtful offer and hope they hear me out. I mean, that's good. I don't mind that. On Arsenal, Daniel Ecker said, I've been an Arsenal fan since I was 8. Arsenal is my team. I love the history, players and fans. I just see a tremendous opportunity to set a real vision for the club and bring it back to its glory. I'm very serious. I've secured the funds for it. I mean, listen, does anyone else want to go on their phone right now and just download Spotify and buy the premium version? Just everything you're saying there sounds beautiful to me. You know what I mean? I love what you're saying there. I love it. You're gassing me with them talks because you sound like a football fan. Now, I hope we're not falling for something here. Like man saying, he could be clout chasing. But we don't know. Right now, we got Stan Kroenke, so everything this brother's saying sounds good to me right now. Man said, I've secured the funds for it. The bag's there. Hear me out, Stan. Hear me out. Arsenal Premium, man. Every Arsenal fan gets free Spotify, man. Be excited. Yo, I'm telling you. Explain yourself. We were doing this last night as well, man. But listen, man secured the bag, fam. Man said the bag's ready, man. Just sell. Just sell the club to him. Yo, man, sell the club, fam. He's ready to buy. I'm sure he'll put up more quotes as they come in. No, man said I've been an Arsenal fan. All I can do is prepare a very thoughtful offer and hope they hear me out. I mean, he's gonna lowball them, innit? You know, they're gonna ask for 2 point something. He's gonna offer 1.8. They'll reject it, and then they'll negotiate. But I just hope this guy is serious, man. You know, we haven't had too many hopes. How many people have publicly come out and said, I'm ready to buy the club? Dan Gotti's all talk. He's never backed up the chat. Usmanov, we know, was real, but the people never backed him, unfortunately. This is the time, man. This is the time. Let's get the deal done, man. I want to hear more of his quotes. I'm hoping that we'll get some more. I will go back to that. I will come back to it. Don't worry, people. So we will go back to that. The interview apparently is still going on. Hey, man's got... If Stan hates Arsenal, won't sell. Man's dropping DMX in here. Now stop, drop, shut him down, open up, shut. Come on, DMX businessman. He's in the interview right now, so hopefully let's hope he says the right things. I'm just looking because Sky are starting to bring up quotes of it as well. Because the interview is currently going off at the moment, but I will come back to that anyway. Let's look at the team we're playing. Unai Emery's Villarreal. Now Villarreal lost 2-1 to Barcelona at the weekend. Nothing to be ashamed of, losing 2-1 to Barca. They also had Trigueros sent off. This was their starting lineup. They played 4-4-2, which was very interesting. You'll recognize a few of the names on here. Alberto Moreno, former Liverpool left back. Never rated this guy highly at all. Whether it's Saka or Pepe, we seriously need to be running at this guy. Juan Foyth at right back. You know, he's a centre back. I remember him at Tottenham. He was bang average. He's now playing right back for them. Raul Albiol, who is about 33, 34. You know, he played for Real Madrid years ago. And what's his name? Par Torres, who is very highly rated. He is highly rated. But one thing I noticed about this back four, apart from Moreno, Torres was decent, but Albiol and Foyth lack pace. Arsenal's wingers, for me, are going to be the key to this. Foyth and Albiol can get done. This is why I think Aubameyang will play up front. And, you know, we need a winger to run at Foyth as well. Etienne Capoue, centre midfield, next to Danny Parejo. Parejo gets on the ball. He lacks pace, but he is good on the ball. Etienne Capoue, former Watford player, quite physical, tall. And Moreno and Paco Alcacer up front. Two decent strikers. Moreno's good, Spanish international, and Alcacer, former Barcelona player. Trigueros got sent off. I just think with our formation, 4-2-3-1, you get Smith Rowe or Odegaard, whoever plays in that number 10 role, to sit in between their midfield and their two centre-backs. You get Aubameyang running at them. Get our wingers, whether it's Pepe and Saka or Martinelli, running at these fullbacks. And I think we can cause problems. Where they are dangerous, Chukwueze's got pace, Trigueros on the left, and they've got two strikers, especially this Moreno who's been hitting the back of the net. This is where they're dangerous. Not many teams play 4-4-2. You know, Leicester are probably one of the teams that have ran it best. Gerard Moreno is a good striker. And he's scoring goals. And that's where we need to be careful. Our centre-backs are going to have to be on job. They really are. But listen, they're not world beaters. We don't need to be scared of them. We don't need to, you know, act like we can't beat them. We can beat them. You look at the table. Villarreal are here in 7th, you know. You look at their last 5 games, they've won 2 and lost 3. They're no world beaters, people. They're no world beaters. Man United played Sociedad 2 rounds ago. They beat them 4-0 away from home. Sociedad are 4 points clear of Villarreal. You know, they've won 12, drawn 13 and lost 8, scored 50, conceded 38. They're no world beaters. They're beatable. But we all know with Arsenal, it comes down to Arsenal. You know, it comes down to Arsenal and how we turn up and how we play, you know. They're beatable. But we're our own biggest enemy at times. Their team is poor. I mean, yeah, but the thing is, we're poor right now. That's the problem. We're poor right now. So, yeah, we're not... we might feel like we've got better players than them and stuff, but they're going to look at us and go, well, hang on a minute. Arsenal are losing games left, right, and centre. They're not going to be scared of us. So this is where the problem is. We're saying, you know, they're poor, but they're probably looking at us saying we're poor, you know. So this is where the issue is, in terms of our quality and what we can do. But listen, they're beatable if we turn up with the right attitude. We definitely need that away goal. You're spot on there, Darren. We need that. We need that away goal. We've got to be positive. We've got to hit them on the counter attack. They lack pace at the back, and they can be troubled. It's just whether we take our chances and who is actually available in terms of who's fully fit. We know Aubameyang and those guys will travel, but are they fit enough to play? Big up Rag. Yeah, I just seen that. Daniel Eck, I love the players and the fans. I have a real vision to bring the club back to its former glory. I want to engage with the fans. I'm very serious. I've secured the funds for it. I mean, you're speaking our language right now, bro. You're speaking our language. Now, I know a lot of people in the comments are skeptical. I've seen a lot of people saying it's just PR, it's publicity. What we can't do here, do our due diligence. Let's find out. Let's make sure this guy's serious. Let's make sure he's not just using us to promote his business and get hype around his business. But what we have to do, if this guy is serious, the mistake we can't make is sit there and go, this guy's just all hype. We got to actually support this guy. We got to get behind this. This could be our biggest opportunity in years to get Stan Kroenke out of the club. There's a guy publicly going on TV saying, I want to buy the football club. I'm a football fan. I'm a fan of Arsenal. We can't sit there and go, this brother's just hyping, man. And then he disappears. And then what? Dangote? Nah, Dangote, he ain't showed any action the whole time he's been it. Every year I hear Dangote talking about buying Arsenal. The man said 2021, he still ain't turned up, you know? So we can't take what he's saying lightly. This guy, if he's serious, he's talking about engaging with fans, he's talking about bringing in legends, we've got to back him. Eck in, man, you're right. Bring him in. Back Eck. Eck in, man. Yeah, the interview apparently is on American television right now. I don't know if it's finished. It was on CNBC. He was talking about his Spotify shares, and obviously they're asking him about Arsenal. I love the fact the man's talking about the fans. Love that. What the heck is going on? I would say be excited. You know what I mean? Listen, I like what he's saying, man. We need to get him in. We need to support him. Buy the football club, man. Mum wants to engage with the fans. Eck in, mate. Eck in. Let's get Kroenke out the door. If you can offer 2 billion, Kroenke might. I'm telling you, man. He said it's a very well thought out offer he's set to offer. Listen, I'm skeptical, but the fact he's going so public with it makes me think, listen, man, he's serious. Do you know what it is? We're Arsenal fans, so unfortunately we've turned into pessimists. We're not seeing the good in this now. We're just seeing it as, he's probably hustling us, man, to get the share prices up at Spotify. But let's look into it and let's see what happens, man. Kroenke, get the heck out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Big up Crazy Cliff, man. Get him out. Big up the Green Gooner. Thank you for the super chat. Big up Big C. Kroenke is stubborn in everything he does. He's going to hold out for a ridiculous amount. Eck in and get the Eck Vincibles around him. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. But listen, if he gets enough, if the fans cause enough of a problem and he feels like, listen, these fans seriously can't stand him, and this guy puts maybe just over 2 billion on the table. Listen, he paid just over 1 billion for the football club. If he gets just over 2 billion offered to him, it's £1 billion profit. You can't just look at that and just laugh. He might think, you know what? I'd take that. You know, I'd take that. £1 billion profit. Leave him to fix the mess. I'll leave it. Spotify stock dropped more than 5% since this morning. Wow. We don't need that, people. We do not need that. We need him to have plenty of money. Big up Deluded in the chat, CSFC. Hey, what are you saying, bro? Hope you're good. We're excited right now. It's been a heck of a day so far. We need him in, man. Spotify, man. Imagine the music they'll be playing at half time. It'll be mad. You know? The man's company's worth 50 billion. All right, he doesn't own the whole company, let's be real, but he's got plenty of investors there behind him, you know. David said, Curtis, big up from Macedonia. I appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in. Bloody heck. You know what I mean? High expectations, man. I'm telling you. Listen, nearly 1,100 of you in here. Smash a like, people. We're about 450 away from 25,000 subscribers. It would be beautiful if we could hit that in the next 24 hours. And obviously, don't forget PSG against Manchester City watch along tonight, 7:45. Look out for that. And then tomorrow it's going to be a madness, people. It's going to be a madness. Like I said, man, the laptop, the phone, the TV, everything's got to be on the insurance because Scenes FC's back tomorrow, man. Everything can get thrown all over the place, man. Yo, DMX on Spotify at half time, man. It's going to be like a concert at Arsenal, man. For real. Big up Deluded. Smash up the 25k target, people. Listen, go and check out his channel. Man's nearly at 35k. We move, people. We move. Get him to 35. Get me to 25 progress. You know what I mean? We're putting in mad work here. Creating quality content. Tottenham fans, Apple Music. Listen, I don't worry about them. They're being linked with Sean Dyche and Gareth Southgate. I mean, these men were talking about, who was I hearing? They were trying to get Nagelsmann and Ten Hag and Brendan Rodgers. Now I'm waking up and I'm hearing Sean Dyche and Gareth Southgate. I mean, personally, I would love to see Sean Dyche at Tottenham. Like, Gareth Southgate, come on, man. Nah, they're moving mad. Forever in our shadows, man. The chicken on a football, mate. Nando's FC. Dear. They've gone mad. Ten Hag will go Spurs. I hope not, because I actually rate Ten Hag. And I think Tottenham could get Ten Hag if they went for him. Who's on the green screen tomorrow? Jeez, we'll see the starting lineup, man. Let's check the starting lineup. If I'm not happy with the starting lineup, I leave these three monsters in the background till they buy the club, man. But if Pepe starts, there's a good chance Pepe's on the background, you know. Charcoal Chicken FC, man. You know them ones. Morley's FC. Curtis uploaded the interview on my channel. Yeah, that's good. We'll check that out. They should hire Chris Wilder. Oh, man. DG and CS CEO for Arsenal fan channels at YouTube. Hey, big up, man. Get Eck on the green screen. Nah, if Eck gets an offer accepted, he might get a green screen still for saving us, man. But not yet, man. I'm not gonna overhype the guy yet. He could be using us for his own benefit, you know. But we'll see. We'll see. He can get a green screen if he comes to the rescue, man. Definitely. He went on to say, what did he say? He said this could be a long journey. Yeah, it's just the same quotes. I think most of the interview was about Spotify, and he just went on to say a few bits about Arsenal at the end, saying that I realise this won't happen overnight. He said on Sky, I'm very serious. I've secured the funds for it. I'm willing to bring a very compelling offer to the owners. I didn't expect this would happen overnight, and I'm prepared for this to be a long journey. I mean, I like the sound of that, man. I like the sound of that. But listen, Thursday night, Villarreal, that's got nothing to do with Daniel Ek or Stan Kroenke. That's to do with these players. That's to do with this manager. These men need to handle business. If you would have offered me at the start of this season, Villarreal, in a semi-final of Europa League, I would have said, listen, man, we got to be beating them. We have to be beating them. They're a decent team. We know that Emery factor is going to play a part. They've got a few decent players, but we've got to be beating them. You look at the amount of investment in our team. You know, our team's probably worth treble what their team is worth. We need to go there, either a score draw or a victory for me. That is the minimum we need to leave there with tomorrow night. We cannot be leaving there with a defeat or even a 0-0 I wouldn't be happy with. Minimum score draw. But I want us to go there and try and beat them. Simple as that. Ek and the fans need to continuously hound the Kroenkes. I'm telling you. Listen, people. I know a lot of people are skeptical about Ek, and I get it. But we can't make the mistake of sitting here thinking, this guy's on a hype. We don't support it. We don't back it. He disappears and then we're stuck. If this guy's serious, he's saying all the right things, we need to support it. We need to keep the pressure on Stan Kroenke. You know, keep his hashtag trending. We need more protests. We need to show support to Daniel Ek as well. You know, maybe even get him trending. So listen, we've got our part to play. Will it be Netflix Friday? Listen, I hope not. I really hope not. Honestly, I don't want to do that. I just want us to win the game, man. Scarrett said, what is your thoughts on protesting for the home leg? I mean, I'm hearing that protest is not getting off the ground. I'm hearing a lot of people are saying it's not the right time to do it. Don't do it in such a big game. I think you will see some people there, but I think the next major protest will be the next home game in the Premier League. Unfortunately, we got a very fragile set of players, and they don't need any excuse. You could see it already. A protest at home, we end up losing, and Arteta blames the fans for distracting the players. So I would say I don't think that one's going to happen. I think it will be the next league game, if I'm honest. The Netflix show's been moved to Spotify. 100% Spotify business, you know. Big up Shadman with a super chat. Thank you very much, as always, for your support. I'm a fan of the club first. I want to bring back the glory days to this club. I was not expecting this to happen overnight. I've secured the funds. Let's talk. Daniel Ek, Kroenke out. Let's go, man. Was an heck of an interview, to be fair. One heck of an interview. Listen, I just like the fact he's back in his talk. If they're saying the offer could be within 7 days, so if the offer comes out, cool. Then you're not all talk. Everything you're saying, you're backing it. Dan Gotte, it's all right saying I want to buy the club. Where's the offer? You know, where's the offer? And obviously Usmanov, we weren't able to get him into that position. A lot of the fans were skeptical. But I think this is excellent news. I'll stop now, people. I can't stop, you know. The Ek thing's getting out of hand. Hamal said, Arteta said he is keen for the Kroenkes to have a relationship with the fans. Kroenke out. Listen, it's too late for that. Forget all that. Forget he's had years to have a relationship with the fans, Stan. Well, you wanna start talking to us now because what? You're under pressure. Forget all that, man. You've had your chance now. Move, man. If people don't do things off their own back, right, off their own thought process, then it's not genuine. It's not coming from a place of genuine feeling, you know. What someone's got to tell Stan Kroenke, oh, Stan, mate, I think you should start communicating with the fans. Forget that, man. Get out of here. Yeah, Ek business, man. Eki's coming in, man, to save us. Spotify, great music, you know. And I want to see Vieira, Bergkamp, and Henry sitting in the stadium, you know, in their suit. Big boy business, you know. He's got the money. He's got the backing. Let's do this, people. Yo, get Wenger in there as director. It was interesting, actually, you know, that you said that, because Wenger actually spoke about this whole Daniel Ek situation. He said, listen, I'm happy to help Arsenal in any way possible. I mean, listen, it wouldn't surprise me if they brought him back. Probably not as manager, but, you know, director of football or something. Wenger said on beIN Sports yesterday, he was talking about it. He was saying in an interview here, if I can help Arsenal, I will do it as well. Wenger willing to offer his expertise to Henry, Bergkamp and Vieira in their takeover bid. Get him back, man. Get him back in some capacity, man. I don't mind. Get him upstairs. Yeah, big up, Dom. We've just been talking about the quotes, man. I actually was hoping he said a little bit more, but I think the interview was mainly about Spotify. But listen, he's saying all the right things. I'm just going to wait now. Let's see if the offer comes. They're saying within the next 7 to 10 days. So by the end of next week, I'm expecting an offer made and on the table and in the press. If he backs his talk, then listen, as a fan base, we have to be in full support of this guy. This could be our best opportunity ever to get rid of this clown, Kroenke, mate. And I know Arteta's defending him, but he's going to do that. He's going to do that. He works for the guy, and he's a puppet. Guna big up Deluded and Big C. Hopefully your guys' subscriber count rises as much as possible. 100 bands, bro. I'm nearly at 25k. And Deluded's nearly at 35, man. Support the guys, man. It's much appreciated, people. Ben said, I don't want Wenger back. You wouldn't want him there, no? I wouldn't mind him as director of football, not as manager, though. Arteta is a yes man. He can pee on his pants because Kroenke told him. Mikel Kroenke, man. Yeah, for real. Listen, if we don't win the Europa League, I want Kroenke out and I want Arteta out. It's as simple as that. If he wins the Europa League, then we just get rid of Kroenke and maybe you have another year at the most. But even if he won the Europa League, I would consider it. But he will definitely get another year if he wins the Europa League, let's be honest. Score prediction for tomorrow. I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. Although it's going to be hard for me to make a real genuine prediction until I've seen the starting lineup, because I don't trust Arteta to pick the right team. He'll do something crazy. He'll probably play Granit Xhaka at left back against Chukwueze and play Ceballos in midfield or something crazy like that. And if I start seeing that, my prediction will completely change, you know. Yeah, me and Deluded, we're going to do some content again soon, man, 100%. Flavor Max, we need to get rid of Leno. Listen, if we're in the Champions League next season and we've got money to spend, I think we have to look at it, because this guy's not performing, you know, and he's kind of getting away with it because there's so many other things going on. But Leno is not playing well. And listen, I picked him in my team that we picked in the show earlier, but he's got to perform tomorrow. I remember Curtis calling Arteta a fraud against Villa back in November. I've never been convinced by him. I got to be honest. The FA Cup was the only time I saw something, but I think he's creating a decent cup team. I've seen nothing to suggest that long term he is the right manager. But win the Europa League, and that's a massive step in the right direction. Do you think Tierney, Aubameyang, and Lacazette all start tomorrow? I don't. I really don't. I think that one or two of them will start. I think Tierney may be on the bench, and I think you'll see one of Lacazette or Aubameyang. That's just my feeling. Rage Big Boss, next time you're on AFTV, sneak in a little ad for your channel. I'm sure you will get over 1,000 new subscriptions. A good point, to be fair. You know, at the end, just drop a little advert in at the end. Big up Mario, thank you very much. Oh, Marlo, sorry, apologies. Marlo Stanfield, thank you very much for the super chat. Would you take losing 7-0 to United in the final and Spurs winning the league next season if it meant Kroenke went into May 2022? No, man, I can't take that deal. No. I'll be in too much pain. By the time he sold the club, I'd be done. I wouldn't even be able to watch him anymore. 7-0? Nah, bro, I can't take that. Don't worry, man. We're going to force Kroenke out. Togetherness, man. People power, you know. Big up Green Gooner, stream shared and tagged on Twitter, Big C, 25k by 5 p.m. Big up, hey, you guys are epic, man. Listen, really appreciate it. I'm out of here, people. I'm out of here. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be back 7:45, PSG against Manchester City, and I'll be back tomorrow. I may do a build-up show at 2 p.m. tomorrow as well. 7 p.m. tomorrow, Scenes FC, Villarreal against Arsenal. Biggest game of the season. Smash a like on the video and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day, people. It's been an heck of a day so far. I better stop doing that, Anna. Take care, everyone. Bless.